This is part 24, preparation for NSE 4 Fortinet. We are talking about IPsec, and now we will talk about VPN typologies for remote access IPsec. Remote users can connect to corporate resources using IPsec. FortiGate is configured as dial-up server. Only clients can initiate this VPN session. Users require a VPN client, such as a FortiClient. You can use one remote access VPN configuration on your FortiGate device for many remote users. FortiGate establishes a separate tunnel for each of them. VPN topologies, site-to-site. Site-to-site IPsec VPN is also known as LAN-to-LAN VPN, local area network to local area network. A simple site-to-site deployment involves two peers communicating directly to connect two networks located at different offices. Site-to-site connects to branch office. When you need to connect more than two locations, you can use hub and spoke topology. For example, like a headquarter in the center, and it has four branches, and it is like hub and spoke topology. In hub and spoke, all clients connect through a central hub. For any branch office to reach another branch, its traffic must pass through the hub. Advantage of using hub and spoke. The configuration needed is easy to manage. Only the FortiGate at headquarter in the central, like a hub, must be very powerful because it handles all the tunnels and simultaneously, while branch offices FortiGate devices require much fewer resources because they mostly maintain only one tunnel. Disadvantage of site-to-site VPN: communication between branch offices in hub and spoke topology is slower than in a direct connection. There are also other types, not only remote access site-to-site, but there is also full mesh and partial mesh topologies. Mesh places less strain to central location. It's more fault tolerant but also more expensive. Let's compare three topologies: hub and spoke, partial mesh, and full mesh. Hub and spoke topology is easy to configure. Partial mesh is moderate configuration. And as for full mesh, it requires complex configuration. Hub and spoke has few tunnels. Partial mesh, medium number of tunnels. And full mesh requires many tunnels. Hub and spoke topology has high control bandwidth. In partial mesh, medium central bandwidth. And full mesh topologies, they have low bandwidth. Hub and spoke topologies, disadvantage is that it is not fault tolerant. Partial mesh has some fault tolerance, and full mesh is fully fault tolerant. Hub and spoke has low system requirements, on average high for headquarter, but partial mesh medium system requirements. As for full mesh, there are high system requirements. Hub and spoke is scalable. Partial mesh is somewhat scalable, and full mesh topology is difficult to scale. In hub and spoke, there are no direct communication between spokes. Everything is going through the headquarter. But for partial mesh, there is direct communication between some sides. As for full mesh, there is direct communication between all the sides. Auto Discovery VPN, AD-VPN. Auto Discovery dynamically negotiates on-demand direct VPNs between spokes. Auto Discovery provides the benefits of full mesh topology over hub and spoke or partial mesh deployment. Auto Discovery VPN dynamic routing is recommended to learn routes between hub and spokes, and scale up is easier. Static route also works, but should be used only for small deployments that are not likely to grow considerably. Dynamic routing, for example, BGP, Border Gateway Protocol routing, is usually deployed in large networks because it enables to exchange routing information between spokes and hubs, and it's easier as a result to scale up. FortiGate can add routes through the shortcut to redirect spoke-to-spoke traffic through. Question: which IPsec protocol is not supported by FortiGate? FortiGate does not support AH authentication header. First steps to select templates type. If you want to manually configure your VPN, select Custom as Template Type, upon which FortiGate takes you directly to Phase 1 and Phase 2 setting of the new VPN. Select Template Type, then either the remote gateway information, authentication method, interfaces involved, and subnets. Based on the input you provide, the wizard applies one of the pre-configured tunnel templates. There are three template types: site-to-site, hub and spoke, and remote access template types. Wizard applies one of the pre-configured VPN IPsec tunnels comprising IPsec phases 1 and 2, settings, and other related firewall address objects, routing settings, and firewall policies needed for the new tunnel to work. In addition, the wizard shows a network diagram that changes based on input provided. So it has visual understanding of IPsec VPN deployment that wizard configures based on the input received. First step, VPN setup. Second, it goes to authentication. Third step, policy and routing. And fourth step, review settings. Using Wizard is recommended for those who don't have much experience with IPsec VPNs, and you can later adjust the configuration applied by Wizard to match your specific needs. Using IPsec Wizard for Fortinet FortiClient VPN. A common use of the IPsec Wizard is for configuring a remote access VPN for FortiClient users. The users enables IKE mode config, XAuth, and other appropriate settings for FortiClient users. We will learn later more about IKE mode config and about XAuth. It is a four-step process used by IPsec Wizard for assisting the administrator on FortiClient VPN configuration. We go to graphical user interface and choose VPN, then IPsec Wizard. There are four steps: VPN setup, authentication, policy and routing, and review settings. IPsec tunnel templates. To see IPsec tunnel templates, we go to graphical user interface and choose VPN IPsec tunnel template. The IPsec Wizard uses one of the templates when applying configuration for the new IPsec tunnel. We can review the settings of the template by selecting the template and then clicking View. You cannot change template settings. Thank you. Next, we will talk about phase 1 and phase 2 for IPsec configuration. Thank you.